Ever wondered how life truly begins? It's one of the most fascinating and awe-inspiring processes in all of biology, and it happens quietly, perfectly inside the human body. Today, we'll walk you step by step through the remarkable journey of fertilization, the very first chapter in the story of every human life. Stay with me, because what you're about to see may change the way you think about life forever. Every month, deep inside a woman's ovary, a group of tiny fluid-filled sacs called follicles begin to grow. Inside each follicle, there's an immature egg waiting for its chance. But usually, only one follicle becomes dominant. And as it matures, the egg inside develops and prepares for release. At about the midpoint of the menstrual cycle, a moment known as ovulation, the ovary gently releases this mature egg. It emerges surrounded by a protective halo of cells called the corona radiata, which you'll see here glowing softly in our animation. Now the egg's journey begins. The delicate, finger-like projections at the end of the fallopian tube, called fimbriae, reach out, almost as though they're welcoming it. They gently sweep the egg inside the fallopian tube, where it begins its slow, graceful trip toward the uterus. Meanwhile, after intercourse, as many as 200 to 300 million sperm are deposited into the vagina. But only a tiny fraction of these will even come close to reaching the egg. The sperm have to navigate an extraordinary obstacle course. Through the cervix, past thick cervical mucus, into the uterus, and finally into the fallopian tubes. Along the way, most are lost, trapped, blocked, or simply exhausted. But a select few hundred make it to the vicinity of the egg. Here's where the real competition begins. The sperm surround the egg, each releasing special enzymes to try and break through its outer layers. This is called the acrosome reaction. For a moment, it's a race against time. Dozens of sperm work in unison, chipping away at the protective shell of the egg. And then, finally, one sperm breaks through. This single sperm slips inside, and instantly the egg changes, forming a barrier to keep all other sperm out. This ensures that only one sperm fertilizes the egg. At this precise moment, something extraordinary happens. The genetic material from the sperm and the egg combine, creating a brand new cell with its own unique DNA. Half from the mother, half from the father. This single cell is called a zygote, and inside this zygote is the full genetic blueprint for a brand new human being. Eye color, hair color, even potential height, all written in the code of life. But the zygote's journey is just beginning. Within hours, it starts to divide. First into 2 cells, then 4, then 8, growing into a tiny cluster of identical cells called a morula. As the cell divisions continue, the cluster forms into a hollow ball called a blastocyst, which you'll see here, glowing in our animation as it travels. Over the next several days, the blastocyst moves down the fallopian tube toward the uterus. Finally, about 5 to 6 days after fertilization, the blastocyst arrives in the uterus. Here, the lining of the uterus has been quietly preparing all month to receive it, growing thick and rich with blood vessels. The blastocyst gently attaches itself to this soft lining, embedding deeper and deeper, forming a secure connection to its new home. This process is called implantation, and it marks the official beginning of pregnancy. From here, the blastocyst will develop into an embryo, and later into a fetus, nourished and protected within the womb until birth. It's truly breathtaking to realize, from a single cell, a human being begins to take shape. Cell by cell, tissue by tissue, organ by organ. Fertilization is the first, quiet spark that sets this entire journey in motion. The moment 2 microscopic cells come together to create something entirely new. So next time you hold a baby, or even look in the mirror, take a moment to remember. Every life starts with this same remarkable process. Thank you for joining us to explore the science and the wonder of how life begins. If you found this fascinating, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who'd love to learn about the miracle of life. Because every human story begins right here.